Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. We're Matt and Dorinda, and we're currently, if you've been watching our channel, you'll know, in Pattaya.
Yeah, and we're up bright and early this morning because we're going to go on a day trip to Koh Larn, also known as Coral Island.
Yeah, that chap shouting taxi, taxi, taxi at most people passed. So Bali Hai Pier is at the far end of Walking Street, and it's a lot different in the daytime than it is at night. It's so quiet, it's really strange to see it like this. Never walked down it before in the daytime. We're not the biggest fans of Walking Street, so we don't come down here very often. We prefer the Sui Buakhao way. But yeah, it's very, very different during the day. It's so quiet. So this is very confusing. We're not quite sure of what's going on here. There didn't seem to be a ticket office at all outside, and everybody kept telling us that we had to come out and get the tickets on the ferry. So we're going to try and find out, well, basically what to do, aren't we?
Yeah. Ooh, thank you.
So after much confusion, we walked to the very end of the pier, and that's where the ferry goes from, and we just bought tickets as we walked on, didn't we?
Yeah, you went from the ladies to the top, so yeah, it's quite easy.
But it's so hot today. That walk was so hot. I'm melting.
Bali Hai นะครับเดินเข้ามาข้างในได้เลยนะครับแบบนี้นะครับเราจะเตรียมออกเลยนะครับไม่ต้องรอให้ถึงเที่ยงนะครับถ้าใครจะไปนะครับรอบนี้นะครับก็เดินเข้ามาจ่ายตังค์ตรงหน้าเรือได้เลยนะครับ
We have arrived in Koh Larn.
Yeah, we were going to talk on the boat, but it's really, really loud on there. It really was. The engine was making elephant noise, wasn't it?
And it took about 45 minutes to get from Pattaya to Koh Larn. Not too bad.
Nice views of Pattaya as we left as well. It's surprising how big a city that is when you see it from a distance. It's absolutely massive.
And it cost, how much was it?
It cost us 30 baht each.
And you paid as you got on the boat.
Yeah.
There is an alternative, you can take a speedboat.
Yeah, they're very expensive though, the speedboats, very expensive, about 10 times the price. Anything from 1,500 baht to 3,000 baht we were being touted as we walked out the pier.
But so yeah, I think the way we went is more sort of traditional and less touristy.
Yeah.
So it was a busy boat.
It was very, very busy. But it's also very busy here. There's loads of people staying on the island, isn't there?
Yeah. And we're at the sort of the ferry bit at the moment, so we haven't walked around yet, so we're gonna have an explore now.
Yeah, have a good look around. So we're trying to get to Newell Beach, which is Monkey Beach, and we're not having a lot of luck. We're trying to catch a tuk-tuk, and some are telling us we've got to wait till there's another 8 people, but they mostly want to take us to another beach, don't they?
Yeah.
So we're going to see what we can do in a minute. If we can't get to Newell Beach, we might have to go to the beach that they're trying to take us to, and catch a tuk-tuk from there to the Monkey Beach, I think, don't you?
We might be able to do that. So we've managed to get a tuk-tuk to Monkey Beach, we think, and it costs 250. So
Yeah.
there's 250 each, or 250 for both of us, but we'll see when we get there.
Yeah, it could be a bit of a rip-off, but...
But we're on the tuk-tuk on our own, so they charge you a bit more, I think.
Christ, these are narrow little roads. It's a lovely looking little island. As we were driving around back there, there's people working on farm fields, and there's just dotted around everywhere hundreds and hundreds of little places you can stay. It looks lovely. Right, so we finally arrived at Monkey Beach. It was 125 baht each. It was a bit of confusion, wasn't it? Which I don't think it was too bad a price, to be absolutely honest with you, because from the ferry port, it was a long drive, wasn't it?
It was quite a drive. I wouldn't like to walk it, let's put it that way.
No. But first impressions here, it was lovely already, didn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely. So we've picked our spot and it's time to relax. The beds were 100 baht each, and that's for all day, which isn't a bad price at all. But it is beautiful here, it really is. The sea's lapping, it's just peaceful. It's a far cry from the hustle and bustle we had about an hour and a half ago.
So we don't think there's any proper restaurants or bars down here. I did read that there was once a resort down here and they demolished it to build a newer one, but they didn't do it because the public complained, so it never went ahead. But there is sort of street food sellers and you can buy drinks, and we've been given a menu for food, and there is toilets down here, so we have got a few amenities.
Well, I don't think you can get much better than this. Sitting on a beautiful beach, drinking a bottle of Singer, chilling out and just enjoying the views. What a fantastic place to spend a day. This is beautiful and so easy to get to from Pattaya as well. I really recommend doing this one. It's a lovely, lovely way to spend your day. So we're coming to the far end of Monkey Beach because this is where the monkeys are supposed to hang out, and we have seen one right by where we were sat. It was brilliant. It was sat in a tree having a great old time. But this is a fantastic place. It's a bit rockier this end, but it's still lovely, and I'm sinking into the really hot sand.
This is absolutely beautiful. The sands on this beach are white sands and they're so soft and powdery. It is such a gorgeous beach. I love it here. It's amazing.
So there's people that are surveying all along the beach the whole time you're here. It's really nice. They bring you nice cold beers, food, and it's not too expensive either. I've got to be honest, it's not a bad price. We've got a dog now because he knows we got chips.
This is chips.
So it's the end of the day, and I think it's a good time to leave because the weather seems to be taking a terrible turn for the worst. We've just heard a bit of thunder, and there's definitely a spot of rain around in the air as well, so I think it's time to head back. So we've ducked in out of the rain and we've come to the shelter here on the beach, grabbed a beer, but everybody's left the beach in their droves and everybody's under this metal hut with us. But it looks like it's going to go off. It doesn't look like it's going to last a long time. You can see it coming for ages as well. It's just, is it going to get here or not? But there's toilets and everything here, so it is quite a few amenities. And it's nice that they got this in. You can duck in out the rain, to be honest with you. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong if I'd have tried. Not only did the rain not go off, it just got heavier. We were running out of time to catch the last ferry back to Pattaya, so we had to brave the roads and get back on a bat bus. So we made it back to the ferry. That was one hell of a wet trip. The heavens opened, they really did.
Yeah, we now look like drowned rats, but we did manage to sit on the beach for about 3 hours, which was quite nice with the sunshine.
Yeah, it's lovely.
But then when the heavens opened, they really opened, and the thunder and lightning was, I've never had anything like it.
We were the only people brave enough to come back on the bat bus, and he was very fair and charged us if he'd been full, which was good of him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna head back to Pattaya now and definitely have a good shower because the roads were all flooded. We had to walk through.
Yeah.
But we had to put all our equipment in a bag as well. The rain was so bad. My bag's not waterproof, so someone was kind enough to give me a plastic bag. We wrapped all the cameras up.
Yeah.
But that was a phenomenal storm. So that went south very, very quickly. Within half an hour we were from beautiful sunshine to tropical storm. That was unbelievable,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
and it didn't last at all. So we decided to get out of there, and we had to go back and have a shower because I felt so dirty.
Yeah.
Even the walk back was flooded. Pattaya was flooded when we got back, so we had to
It was
wade through
horrific, wasn't
water.
it?
It was vile.
Terrible.
We're back at hotel now having a beer.
Yeah. We're heading out to get something to eat because I'm absolutely starving. We've got our brollies with us, thank God, because it doesn't look like it's letting up out there now, does it?
No, well, I think it went off with rain again, so yay!
We're at last seen somewhere. The last place you saw us was having a great time on Koh Larn Island.
Yeah, it was an amazing time we had. Highly recommended. Where will we be seen next?